Into the front court quickly for Cleveland State. For Enaruna, not stopping him there. State, 46-42 Vikings up to Enaruna. 6 minutes gone in the second half. On the dribble, drive in traffic, throws it up and in off the window. Enaruna in traffic. ETSU, here's Robinson on the left wing. Bounce it down low, Enaruna. Great spin on the baseline, kabam! Boy, he beat DJ Hughes and he slammed it home.
Tristan Enaruna is an intriguing prospect from the Netherlands, having spent the last 5 seasons in college. Either as a second rounder or undrafted player, it's worth looking at Enaruna, especially due to his versatile scoring ability. Starting off in Kansas and then Iowa State, it was in Cleveland State that he finally found his groove and started putting his name in draft conversations. For Enaruna, it starts with the ball in his hands. At 6'8", there are not many players as comfortable handling the ball as he is. Uses that ability to create off isolations and post-ups, knows where he wants to go with the ball, and rarely uses more than 2 dribbles to get to his spot. On isolations, it's usually one dribble to make the defense react and another to make his move, with him ending up either at the rim, stopping for a step-back mid-range shot, or using his body well to shield a short hook.
Out of Chicago, started his career at John A. Logan College. There with the left-handed finger roll and getting the friendly down.
Has the same process on post-ups. After sealing his man close enough to the basket, uses the first dribble to get a feel for the defender and the other to make his move. Will most likely end up going middle for a short hook, a fadeaway if he decides to turn to the baseline, or using his defender's extra aggressiveness to spin away from him and finish at the basket. Clearly most comfortable starting from the mid-post or the wing, with space to operate and make his move, with enough counters to offer the defense in a way that makes him unpredictable. Finished the season with 1.1 points per possession on post-ups.
Again, they're letting the guys armbar a little bit on the drives and just using that momentum against them. Oh my goodness.
Enaruna with the...
His ability to score with time and off his own creation begs the question, can he be effective as an off-ball scorer? The short answer is yes, but he needs some work. Projecting as a second rounder or undrafted player, teams will not look at Enaruna as a high usage player, but that's where he was at Cleveland State, and it will force him to adapt if he wants to make it in the league. Feels more comfortable as a driver of the catch, either by attacking quickly with 1 or 2 dribbles, or by choosing to go at a less mobile defender in situations where he can cross over an opponent and create an advantage with his handle. Strong body, can absorb bumps while still being able to hold his position and then go up. Rarely leaves his feet without a plan, showing patience in the paint, waiting for an error from a defender, or creating one himself by using shot and body fakes. Proved to be an especially reliable finisher with his left.
Got the yellow outline. 1973. Here's Enaruna, spins to the lane, got to the rack, scores and fouled. Tristan Enaruna with the great drive.
Vastly improved his efficiency as a spot-up shooter. 0.54 a year ago to 1.02 points per possession this season, but at about the same volume. The improvement in accuracy is a great sign, but the willingness to take the open shot has to follow for him to have a chance in the league. Solid and fluid movement from the moment he catches up to the release, with little energy wasted. Could use a higher release point, seems at times as if he doesn't complete the movement with the shot coming up short. Releasing higher at his size could help him become less hesitant in shooting, even with the defender closer, as he opts for wide open shots almost exclusively off the catch.
In, throws one up, no, and Arnett comes away with it, and Aruna's 3 is good.
Dylan Arnett, that's what he does.
His transition scoring is definitely an underrated part of his game. With teams looking to push tempo and find easier ways to score, his ability to run the floor and make himself available at the basket or even initiate transition off his own rebounds can be huge. Explosive off 1 or 2 feet, is a great target as a trailer or by leaking out early. Capable of some impressive highlights on the break, he's able to beat other bigs down the court and give his team some important easy baskets.
Hey, Farmer went strong to the basket but couldn't make the lay-in. And Enaruna comes back the other way with it now. Through traffic, he goes to the basket, flipped it up on the run and in.
Nearly doubles his assist numbers compared to last year, with quicker reads and a higher level of comfort with the ball in his hands. Good passer from the high post, Enaruna hits cutters in stride and calls the attention of the defense to him to provide teammates with easy scores. He showed quicker reads when double-teamed, preparing for them earlier than he did in seasons prior and exhibiting a level of comfort getting away from them, using his dribble and then finding an open colleague. Not panicking and being confident when the attention is on him is key.
Here's Louder in the front court for the CSU Vikes. Down low, Enaruna. Nice hook pass to a cutter. Smith, reverse layup is good. Great find by Enaruna.
He shined mostly as an offensive player, but there are positives to take away from his defense as well. And he'll really need them to build on and continue to become more of a weapon on that side of the floor. Mobile enough to switch to the perimeter occasionally and defend guards, despite being a bit too reactive at times. Goes for fakes and loses his position when he tries to be too aggressive against capable handlers, but usually is a patient defender who can hold his own and force drivers into tough, contested shots. Undisciplined with his positioning at times, losing sight of his place on the floor and opening up angles for drivers to go right by him. A bit too upright as a defender causes him to lose balance and allow way too much space to handlers who can use the step back. Despite his mobility, he rarely contains players on closeouts, arriving all out of sorts and not ready to break and deny any penetration.
Shot clock down to 3. Hastings knows it and gets a shot blocked by Enaruna as he tried to go in for the layup.
Interesting player to have, one pass away from the ball, as his length and mobility allows him to stay with his man and come away with steals. Not ultra aggressive all the time, but when he's focused on the defensive assignment, he can disrupt an offense looking to play through his man. Showed some interesting developments as an off-ball defender, particularly with the way he can force drivers into bad decisions as a helper, making them second-guess a pass or a shot in order to create a turnover. A player that relied a little too much on his ability to react to what the offensive player was going to do has become way more comfortable acting before that.
1 point lead for ETSU. Inbound stolen by Enaruna. Flag ahead against Seymour. Got to the rack and scores. Tristan does it again.
So, what's the case for Tristan Enaruna as a draft prospect? First of all, you're getting a scoring ball handler at 6'8", and that should always be enticing to teams, especially at the back end of the draft or even as an undrafted player, where you can take more risks and see who sticks and who doesn't. And despite the low volume, you are getting someone who has been making real strides as an off-ball player that can complement your best players. Lastly, you're taking a 23-year-old player who's ready to contribute immediately and play many different roles in a long season.
Tay Williams open floor. Enaruna on the follow with authority.